Body Shop is your best choice this Husker season. And with 6 locations across central and eastern Nebraska, we've got you covered, whether you're rooting at home or you're headed to Memorial Stadium. Get a free online quote at eustisbodyshop.com and let's get you back in the game.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Leaves are falling and the temperatures are cooling down, but don't put your golf clubs away. Double Eagle Golf makes golf leagues and events possible year-round. Leagues are underway with winter leagues beginning on November 27th. Check out their deals on monthly memberships and schedule your Husker watch parties, birthday or bachelor parties, corporate and team outings, or just a good old Saturday with the boys. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. Book a tee time today or learn more at Double Eagle Golf.
Ready to make this season unforgettable? Celebrate with Liberty First Credit Union's low-rate debt consolidation loan. Combine all those bills into one affordable monthly payment with quick access to funds. Imagine all the extra cash for holiday shopping sprees, festive parties, or that well-deserved vacation. Stop by any of their branches or visit libertyfirstcu.com to find out more about their low-rate debt consolidation loan. Make this holiday season one to remember and celebrate with Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the ticket crew as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show, powered by Sunbelt Rentals. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador. Select Plumbing, Jimmy John's, Lincoln Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits, Fleet Feet, Yours Cheese Spread on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is On the Block with Strick and Austin. Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer and 9-year NBA vet, Eric Strickland.
Strickland for three! And you're going to go out of here as the Big 8 tournament champion.
Middle school basketball coaching legend and Duke basketball shooting coach in his mind, Austin Orman. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Brought to you by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. This is On the Block with Strick and Austin.
On a thirsty Thursday. One of our favorite days of the week. Monday's great. Tuesday's great. Wednesday's great even though I'm not here. Thirsty Thursday's great. Friday's great. Stricky, we're looking forward to it. How you doing?
Yes, me too, man. Same thing. It was a shout out to Coach Utterbuck out there in Oxford, man. Great guys, great bunch of young men, young women. Just really was excited to go ahead and speak to them, just pour light into their the start of their season. We'll be watching them and see how well they do, but hopefully it was able to just inspire them a little bit. I'll probably go to eStrick 2020 on Instagram. I'll probably be posting some pictures from out there as well. Big 10 Plus tonight, man. So I'm excited. It's a wonderful day. Great news as well. Signing day, obviously. And then, I'll go and do the Huskers against the Rattlers tonight, Florida A&M.
Heck yeah. 7 o'clock tip-off for the Big Red again. 1-0 after a big win over Lindenwood. Florida A&M sticks around. They were in Omaha taking on Creighton to open up the Rattlers and the Blue Jays season. All Creighton in that one, 105-54. Just another game in that runway we talk about for this Husker basketball men's team, Strick. For you get the home games early on, should be Good enough, but not overbearing competition. The one thing that stood out to me as I looked at the box score from Creighton and Florida A&M, Creighton mauled Florida A&M on the glass. Obviously, they shot well. They moved the ball pretty well. But one of the things you said was you wanted Nebraska to win the rebounding margin by more against Lindenwood. They should have an opportunity for that tonight.
Well, they've got to. I mean, if you're not looking at that stat sheet and you're not going to attack the glass, it should be a big night for Alec tonight. If Jacques gets an opportunity to do so, those guys with a lot of high intensity in attacking the glass, they should be doing so tonight. Definitely should pound on the inside, run them a little bit. They got a team that's looking to still try to gel. There's a lot of newcomers that are coming to that Florida A&M team, so take advantage of that. Go out, run your offense, run your stuff. Don't try to do anything more than what you do. If you continue to have high assist numbers the way that you are, you'll fare pretty well tonight.
Some news on the availability front. We will await the availability report here in about an hour and a half is when it has to be released. Maybe we get it before. Keisei Tominaga was close. He's a game time decision here today. We'll see about that. Juwan Gary suspension. We'll see Ramel Lloyd still day-to-day with the knee issue. We did get a little bit of resolution, though, Strick, on Aaron Eulis. There's a report put out there. Basically, what's happening with him is an intentional grounding penalty. You lost it down, get the ball at the spot. So Aaron Eulis can remain on the Husker team. He's not done with college athletics. He is not allowed to play this year, and it counts against a year of eligibility. So he can still return to the team next year if he chooses, but even though he won't play, this does count as his junior year of eligibility.
Well, that's understandable. And if I'm him, you stick it out. Fight the good fight. Continue to just grow in your game, develop your game, work on areas of your weakness. Use this as an opportunity to grow and get better, and then come back and see how it is. Now, listen, like Boogie, for example, you're going to lose him next year because he's probably the main point guard outside of Romel Lloyd Jr., guys like that who can play the position. You've got a lot of guys that can play the position, like Jamarcus Lawrence is really not a PG, but he can play the position. This is really a no PG team or offense. It's kind of get it, go, run offense, get it. And they've got certain guys that can get them into stuff. So that's where you are on that front. You just look around, hang around, and see if you could be an integral part of the growth and the development of what this team could be.
Not the way he drew it up, but I'm curious to see what he looks like next year if he comes back, because guys that sit for a year under Fred Hoiberg typically look pretty good with a year in the gym to work on their skills. Outside shooting was something that he could always work on. Curious to see what that looks like. Again, Huskers and Florida A&M tonight at 7. We'll talk maybe a little bit more about that as we go, but I do want to turn our attention next segment to National Signing Day. It was a big day yesterday for a few programs. We'll give you a few thoughts on the men's and women's side of things, as well as volleyball and a thought or two on baseball. Don't go anywhere. We're just off and rolling here during On the Block. I'm Austin Norman. He is Husker Hall of Famer, 9-year NBA vet Eric Strickland. On the Block, brought to you by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul down at 29th and Pine Lake here in Lincoln. We'll talk National Signing Day when we get back to the show.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? At Warhorse Sportsbook, their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino in Lincoln or Horseman's Park in Omaha, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
When you think of places with tons of great beer selections and amazing food menu in Omaha, the conversation should start and end with Bärischen Beer Garden in Benson. With more than 30 beers on tap, including several German options, you're sure to find something you like. And don't forget their Nashville hot chicken sandwich or any of their delicious hamburgers. Start off with the warm house-made pretzels and you're on to a great day at Bärischen Beer Garden in the heart of Benson in Omaha.
If your car has sent you to the sidelines, Eustace Body Shop can help. With gold-class certified technicians, OEM parts, and free loaner cars, Eustace Body Shop is your best choice this Husker season. And with 6 locations across central and eastern Nebraska, we've got you covered, whether you're rooting at home or you're headed to Memorial Stadium. Get a free online quote at EustaceBodyShop.com, and let's get you back in the game.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, We would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
Hey guys, Jake Sorensen here from Early Break. The garage door at our house has been needing replacement for a couple years, and a few months ago, we finally did something about it. Steve's Garage Doors and Services was great through the whole process in providing options and also going to the next level to get a door that was approved by our HOA. And best of all, the removal of the old door and installation of the new door was done smoothly with no issues. Call Steve's Garage Doors and Services today at 402-480-2840.
Hey, it's Chad with the Nutrition Authority inviting you to stop in and check out the all-new Complete Post-Workout Recovery, CPR. CPR is ideal for anyone who works out or competes and wants to maximize results. CPR can only be found at Nutrition Authority. Stop in today and try a free sample or visit us at mynutritionauthority.com.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions. Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back here during On the Block. Austin Norman and Eric Strickland with you. We'll be with you till 4. Well, actually, probably till 4:30. It's Thirsty Thursday. Uncle Kevin should be on his way in. So you're sticking around for that.
I'll be able to hang around a little bit. I don't want to be like the old Stricky and tap in like I would when I'd be going home and going to the lounge to sit down and have me a nice stogie. But
polite sipping, no patio pounding.
No patio pounding tonight. It's going to be polite sipping. I like that. That's a good one. I'm going to use that in the future. But we look forward to definitely Kevin Myers coming in as always and sharing a wonderful Strix pick with us. Mm-hmm. There's 2 of them that I still need to go pick up, but I'll get that tomorrow.
There you go. Stay tuned for that. Again, On the Block brought to you by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Strick, pick a number 1 through 4 for me. How about that?
3.
Okay. Number 3 on my list here to start us off with National Signing Day, Husker Volleyball. Only 2 recruits in this class. Really small class because no seniors on Nebraska volleyball's roster this year. So not a lot of space.
They're deep. They listen, those ladies, they look good. Mm-hmm. They've gotten off to a great start. Number 1 in the country, beat a tough Wisconsin team. Whether they win it or not, the way that I look at this team is they've got a tremendous opportunity to do something great for multiple years. Mm-hmm. They're young now. They may end up falling short. It's tough, but I think they're doing a great job of keeping them motivated, keeping them interested, and those ladies are focused to be so young. They're gelling, they know their roles, and they work together as a unit. And so to add these great pieces that they obviously lost one to Texas, in one of the better ones in the country, but that's understandable. They're middle hitter deep right now and young, so I can understand the move.
It'd be so tough to decommit from Nebraska volleyball. I can't imagine that conversation when you call Coach Cook or whoever the primary recruiter was for Aiden Ames, the middle blocker out of Texas, who is staying home to play at Texas, which is another, really good volleyball program.
Yeah.
But in talking with, our guy Rico around it, he said that really Nebraska maybe didn't know exactly what it had in Andy Jackson in the middle. She's better, quicker than they expected. So, yeah, when you lose the number 3 player in the class in Aiden Ames, it's not what you're going for, but Nebraska could maybe absorb the loss more than they thought coming in. The 2 players you do get, one of them a local product, Olivia Mock. She's the all-time leading digger in Bennington Badger program history. John Cook raved about her abilities on the defensive end. She's a world champion with one of the Team USA junior teams just out of right here in Bennington. Again, Lexi Rodriguez should still be here next year, but always good to get an in-state stud in the pipeline, get learning from her. And then Skylar Pierce out of, I believe it's Olathe Northwest down in Kansas. Rocket of an arm, one of the top outside hitters, if not the top outside hitters in this class. We see, someone like Harper Murray come in and make an immediate impact. She's not going anywhere. You have Batenhorst and Krause coming back, Merritt Beeson coming back. Skylar Pierce, again, a year to learn with that athletic ability and natural talent. To be able to come in and play a small role instead of having to carry the world on their shoulders, again, kind of a pipeline for Husker volleyball as they build to not just this year, but next year and beyond.
Well, there's no question about it. It's an exciting time for Husker basketball. I mean, not basketball, but that too. But for Husker volleyball, it's really an exciting time because the future's bright. Like, would you say the expectation was this level? Like, you can say that they knew they were good, but I don't know. I think there was something that happened with that game that they had against Creighton in the stadium. It's like there was a different type of switch that flipped on for them. I don't know if it was confidence. I don't know what it was, but it was something that turned it on for them. You knew they were good, but it went to a whole nother level like after that moment.
I think the freshmen have been as advertised, if not better. I don't know if the expectation, well, obviously it's Nebraska volleyball. There's always going to be high expectations, but losing Kenzie Knuckles last year, the team only makes the Sweet 16, which how many programs would kill for a Sweet 16 appearance? And it was such a disappointment for Husker volleyball. Maybe expectations were tamped down since it was such a young team with so many new pieces coming in, but they look like a pretty well-oiled machine. Anyways, you see the mental toughness is there in the comeback at Penn State,
it's their rallies
putting Wisconsin away.
Yeah, their rallies are phenomenal, Austin. Like them long rallies they have. I mean, they're going after balls, digging balls. I mean, they're sprawling and they're knowing where they need to be. That's tough for a young team. But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, good stuff on Husker volleyball. Husker baseball, just a quick note on this. Husker volleyball's done a great job of getting the best of the best in the state. That's a trend for Husker baseball is too. There's a lot of good baseball talent in the state of Nebraska. 4 more players coming from within the 402 specifically, not any from, Carter Nelson territory out west in the 308. Big year for Will Bolt in this baseball program. The headliners of this in-state class, at least, are Carter Mick from Lincoln East, left-handed pitcher, and Colin Novacek from Elkhorn North. And we'll get back to Elkhorn North here in just a sec. Like I said, Strick, big year for Will Bolt and his crew, but even more so than this team specifically, maybe some of these guys play a role, maybe they don't. There's a lot of Midwestern flavor in this class outside of Nebraska. You get a player from Colorado, Kansas, Missouri, Iowa, Minnesota, North Dakota, all in the class. And we get it. The SEC, the ACC, the Pac-12, the Big 12 have really run college baseball. They get outside sooner. It's better weather where it's nicer to play for longer. But if Nebraska is going to be in Nebraska, playing in the Big 10 in some cold weather, some not beautiful days to play baseball, I get you have to get your guys from Texas. Will Bolt has a lot of connections down there. But making the core of your team Midwestern guys. I like that strategy for Husker baseball.
No doubt. And listen, just especially I think they want to continue to add pitching. Got some good hitting. Obviously, Kanan Sundgren and Drew Duckworth, they took official visits last weekend, and they're both junior college prospects that are looking to sign next week as well. So Weatherford College, that's down in Texas. Sundgren, a Texas native, hit 417 for that group. Ooh. He's got a little bit of speed as well. So that's good addition, especially in the run game. But he can also hit for, some power a little bit. Duckhorn he's 6'2", 210. He struck out 34 batters in 20 innings in a third. So he's a high level, high leverage, high impact reliever that could possibly be added as well. So that's he's got a low walk number, walk to hit number, which is solid at 1.97. That means he's throwing strikes. That means he's placing the ball and he's doing the right thing as far as on the mound. So those are good additions as well. I think there's some areas that they needed to improve in, and they feel that they addressed that.
Let's stick a pin in this. We still have to talk about basketball. This is one I think we can really go in depth in. Britt Prince signs with the women's team. Kennedy Williams, another highly rated prospect out of Chicago for Husker women's basketball, and two interesting additions for the men's team in the 2024 class. We'll get to those to start hour 2 of the show, but we're going to play the shootout with Strick. It's $30 to Buffalo Wings and Rings that's on the line for you. Stricky gets 4 questions. You get 4 questions. You beat him straight up. The $30 to Buffalo Wings and Rings is yours. We didn't play on Tuesday. Y'all were scared. Come on. Take him on. Call now, 402-464-5685. Again, $30 to Buffalo Wings and Rings, the prize for you if you beat Stricky. Call during the break. We'll play the game next.
Ironhide Construction is hiring. They're looking for hardworking, self-motivated individuals who are team players. Ironhide Construction has openings for an experienced project manager, estimator, apprentice, skilled laborer, and erector or installer. They will train the right people and make sure you understand the position and requirements. At Ironhide Construction, it's own it, be honest, and do it right. Apply today and learn more about their other benefits at ironhideconstruction.com, where they're committed to you every step of the way.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top shelf liquor to crowd favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? At Warhorse Sportsbook, their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino in Lincoln or Horseman's Park in Omaha, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Welcome to Sue's Frame Shop.
Yes, can you frame these, please?
These are Nebraska Lottery Holiday Classic Scratch tickets.
I know. Isn't the classic Christmas artwork on them just charming? Now, be sure not to smudge it when you frame them.
But if you scratch them and enter non-winning tickets online, you could win up to $20,000.
Give me those. Here's a quarter. Let's start scratching.
Promotion ends January 3rd, 2024. Top prize odds vary by game. You play Lucky for life, don't you?
Yeah, love it. Chance to win $1,000 a day for the rest of my life.
How does it work?
Choose 6 numbers and buy a ticket.
Then what?
Check your numbers after the nightly drawing to see if you've won.
Whoa, slow down. You lost me there.
Choose 6 numbers.
6 numbers. Got it.
Check the drawing.
Whoa, how do you remember all that?
Just lucky, I guess.
Lucky for life, top prize odds, 1 in 30 million.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club, or space club, and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? No, forget that. How about a margarita club? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge and join the best club in town. 10 flavors of margarita, like Maui Wowie, burnt pineapple, and mango tango. Try all 10 of them and receive your own souvenir margarita glass. Make it your new Monday night tradition. $4 margaritas and $4 taco baskets. Grab the crew and head on over. Monday nights or any night. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
November 13th through the 17th is American Education Week. It's a wonderful opportunity to celebrate public education and honor individuals who are making a difference, helping every child receive a quality education. I'm Jenny Benson, president of the Nebraska State Education Association, and I want to thank Nebraskans for supporting your local public schools. Together, we are helping students achieve and succeed.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
This is Rick Heyman, president of Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I'm inviting you to stop by any of our 3 great locations to see why we have been voted best of for decades. We're a 4-generation jewelry company that refuses to compromise on quality or service. If you're in the market for anything for anyone special, nothing, and I mean nothing, says it better than Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Sartor Heyman Jewelers since 1905 in Lincoln and Grand Island.
Hey, it's Chad with the Nutrition Authority, inviting you to stop in and check out the all-new complete post-workout recovery, CPR. CPR is ideal for anyone who works out or competes and wants to maximize results. CPR can only be found at Nutrition Authority. Stop in today and try a free sample or visit us at mynutritionauthority.com.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Gray Diesel and Equipment Services is your go-to place in Lincoln for repairs and maintenance for diesel pickups to Class 8 over-the-road trucks and trailers, from bumper pole utility to full-size semi. Gray performs DOT inspections and are a service provider for fleet companies like ARI, Element Fleet, and FleetNet. They're a family-owned business in operation since 1952, and they keep a clean, friendly shop. Customer service is their top priority. Give Gray Diesel and Equipment Services a visit today, with easy access just off I-80 and North 56th Street. If you're not going to Memorial Stadium for a home game and don't have any travel plans for away games, there's a great place in Omaha to catch the action, the Inner Rail Food Hall. There's plenty of space. The Backstretch Bar has amazing game specials on game days. $15 Blue Moon and Bud Light pitchers, $6 margaritas, and $6 Moscow mules. And if you're hungry, take in some of their great options from their game day pizza specials. Do football game day right in the Inner Rail Food Hall in Exarban Village in Omaha.
It's time to play Shootout with Strick. Call now, 464-5685, to take your shot against Eric Strickland. Shootout with Strick. Brought to you by Buffalo Wings and Rings.
Time to play the game!
It's all about the game. Game time.
It's all about the game.
Tip-off is not at 7. Tip-off is at approximately 2:55.
Right now.
For Eric Strickland. We're getting into it. We go to the Honda of Lincoln hotline. We say hello to Curtis. Curtis, you with us?
I am.
Excellent. Hold on the line here. We'll give Stricky his 4 questions first, and then we will get to you. The topic today, this week's college football playoff rankings. How well do you know them? How well did you pay attention?
I'm about to get Googled to death. It's a wrap. It's over.
All right, Curtis, phone up to your ear. No, keep it there. No speakerphone. None of that.
Curtis is straight on it right now. Top 25 ESPN. It's all good. Let's go.
All right, Stricky, your round starts here in 3, 2, and 1. They're ranked higher in this week's college football playoff rankings. Penn State or Louisville?
Penn State.
Yep, they're ranked lower in this week's rankings. Utah or Notre Dame?
Notre Dame.
Yep, they're the highest ranked team with 2 losses. Oregon State or Oklahoma State?
Oregon State.
Yep, and they're the highest ranked group of 5 team.
Tulane.
Stricky went flawless.
Oh!
Stricky went flawless.
You better
he
go,
did it to
Strick.
him.
It's another flawless because I got Googled. Here we go. Let's go.
Good stuff, Stricky. All right, Curtis, you need a perfect round to tie. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, starts here in 3, 2, and 1. They're ranked higher in this week's college football playoff rankings. Tennessee or Missouri?
Missouri.
It's Tennessee. They're ranked lower in this week's rankings. Kansas State or Kansas?
Kansas.
It's Kansas State. They're the highest ranked team with 3 losses. LSU or Arizona?
Arizona.
It's LSU. And they're the Big Ten team with the lowest ranking in the college football playoff top 25.
10, 9, 8, 7, Penn State.
It is not Penn State.
I didn't hear the question that good on the last one.
That's all right.
Matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Curtis,
listen,
thanks for
you're
playing.
a scholar.
The champ's here.
He's a scholar, and he's a man of integrity. I appreciate you.
Yeah, you whooped me a couple times straight. So.
Curtis, keep it up, right? Next time's your time. Appreciate you calling in. Thanks for playing. But Stricky is the champ. There you go, Stricky.
Woo!
On the board in
I had to pull
dominating
some out of the
fashion.
hat.
Dominating.
I had to pull some stuff out of the hat. I had to really think through a couple of those.
You did. Wasn't a breeze.
Yeah, it wasn't
But
a breeze.
you got it done. We still have the
Thirsty
Stricken
Thursday.
to give away. So what we're going to do is we are going to use a tiebreaker question to give it away. Text line. Get your texting fingers ready. I'm trying to think of a number. We did texter 7 last time. We got a good response. We are going to go texter number 10 today.
Ooh.
Texter 10.
Ooh.
With the correct answer, the only 2 answers you can give are over or under.
Mm-hmm.
Stricky will guess a number. You go over, under. Texter number 10 with the right answer.
What if I hit it on
gets
the dot?
Stricken.
Then texture 10, whoever.
Then whoever says push, if you like
Ooh.
Stricky's number and it's right, we'll get it.
All right.
Okay, here's the question. What percentage of teams in this week's college football playoff rankings are undefeated? What percentage of teams in this week's college football playoff rankings are undefeated?
So it's a percent number.
Percent number. Not the number of teams, the percentage of the top 25. What percentage of the top 25, the college football playoff rankings, is undefeated?
So if you have me, we got to do a little calculation. Hey, anything. Pow. 28%.
28%? Final answer?
Final answer.
Okay. Text line. Is it over 28% is undefeated or under 28% that's undefeated in this week's college football playoff rankings? Let us know, 402-464-5685. If you are the 10th person in with the correct answer, either over or under, you will win the $30 to Buffalo Wings and Rings. Stricky's on the board, dominating fashion. Will the Huskers do it again tonight? They might have done it on the recruiting trail. We'll talk some Husker hoops. National Signing Day, the women's side and the men's side. We'll get into that. Arizona misplacing $240 million somehow. We'll get into that and plenty more. If you have Nebraska, Maryland thoughts as well, let us know, 402-464-5685. He's Strick. I'm Austin. This is On the Block, brought to you by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Back with Hour 2 next.
It takes a great game plan to win a football game each week, and right now, it's time to plan a trip to get a new car at Mullen Motors. Just like on the football field, there's a wall of defense on the way to Mullen Motors. 48th Street is under construction from Layton all the way to Cornhusker Highway. But the lot at Mullen Motors is full of tons of great vehicles to drive home this fall for the ultimate touchdown. Mullen Motors, still open through road construction at 48th and Walker.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Gray Diesel and Equipment Services is hiring and seeking motivated applicants. Gray offers a second-to-none benefit package that includes health, dental, vision, 401k, paid vacation, and paid holidays. They offer great pay and tuition reimbursement or a tool purchase program for qualified candidates. It's a fun, friendly team with lots of variety and work assignments, so there's something for everybody. View and apply for their job openings today at grayusa.com or visit them in person just off I-80 and North 56th Street. Come be a part of the Gray difference.
Vershawn Jackson for Brant Excavating. Brant's been in business for 29 years, and they specialize in a variety of things. If you're looking for someone to get the job done in precision demolition, excavating, trucking, mass grading, and site prep, Brant is the place to call. To set up a quote or learn more, call Brant Excavating at 402-474-4113 or go to BrantExcavating.com. They're also hiring, so join the team today. Brant Excavating, a part of the Bauer brand, who reminds you, go Big Red!
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
When you think of places with tons of great beer selections and amazing food menu in Omaha, the conversation should start and end with Bearschen Beer Garden in Benson. With more than 30 beers on tap, including several German options, you're sure to find something you like. And don't forget their Nashville hot chicken sandwich or any of their delicious hamburgers. Start off with the warm house-made pretzels and you're on to a great day at Bearschen Beer Garden in the heart of Benson in Omaha.
November 13th through the 17th is American Education Week. It's a wonderful opportunity to celebrate public education and honor individuals who are making a difference, helping every child receive a quality education. I'm Jenny Benson, president of the Nebraska State Education Association, and I want to thank Nebraskans for supporting your local public schools. Together, we are helping students achieve and succeed.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hey, it's Chad with the Nutrition Authority, inviting you to stop in and check out the all-new complete post-workout recovery, CPR. CPR is ideal for anyone who works out or competes and wants to maximize results. CPR can only be found at Nutrition Authority. Stop in today and try a free sample or visit us at mynutritionauthority.com.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
If you're not going to Memorial Stadium for a home game and don't have any travel plans for away games, there's a great place in Omaha to catch the action, the Inner Rail Food Hall. There's plenty of space. The Backstretch Bar has amazing game specials on game days. $15 Blue Moon and Bud Light pitchers, $6 margaritas, and $6 Moscow mules. And if you're hungry, take in some of their great options from their game day pizza specials. Do football game day right in the Inner Rail Food Hall in Exarban Village in Omaha.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Hey guys, Jake Sorensen here from Early Break. The garage door at our house has been needing replacement for a couple years, and a few months ago, we finally did something about it. Steve's Garage Doors and Services was great through the whole process in providing options and also going to the next level to get a door that was approved by our HOA. And best of all, the removal of the old door and installation of the new door was done smoothly with no issues. Call Steve's Garage Doors and Services today at 402-480-2840.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
This is On the Block with Strick and Austin. Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer and 9-year NBA vet, Eric Strickland.
Strickland for three. You're going to go out of here as the Big 8 tournament champion.
Middle school basketball coaching legend and Duke basketball shooting coach in his mind, Austin Orman. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Brought to you by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. This is On the Block with Strick and Austin.
Welcome to an hour 2 of the show. I'm Austin Norman, joined by the Husker Hall of Famer, the 9-year NBA vet, the man whose voice you heard if you watched the Nebraska game on Monday. You'll hear him again tonight on the Big Ten Plus app. 7 o'clock, Huskers, Florida A&M.
Yeah.
Eric Strickland. We'll look forward to that. Don't forget, though, after the game, we do have post-game coverage here on 93.7 The Ticket. I will be involved in some capacity. Bach will be here. We'll chop it up. Had a good first breakdown. Curious to see, again, in the next hour or so, the availability report. Do we get the season debut of Keisei Tominaga and Jawan Gary? Anyone else? How many other lineups do we get thrown out there for the Huskers? And we did have a nickname from the text line, Strick, for Rink Mast and Josiah Alec. Someone on the text line was going to start calling them Muscle and Hustle.
Ooh, like it.
Bit of a mouthful, but it
like
rhymes.
It.
It's
Muscle
catchy.
and Hustle.
Yeah,
I like it. That's pretty dope. But you do see the styles, right?
You do.
Definitely a lot of now. Here's well. Let me find out which one is Muscle and which one's Hustle.
I would assume Josiah would be Hustle. I would assume.
Right? But here's the crazy thing about that: Josiah is physically Muscle as well, because I'm telling you, when I saw one of the players try to beast mode him a little bit, kind of hit him with the shoulder, he didn't move. So physically, he's got great hips, strong lower base, and he's physically up top. Now, Rink in the same manner is that way. I would say that he's just not as mobile, as him, but he's got good footwork for a big fella, and he's able to shoot the ball with a nice clip as well. They both got nice strokes. I've actually seen, I would say Master's strokes a little bit more pure than Alex, but very capable, both of them.
They sure are. They both hit a 3 in the first game. Both looked pretty solid at the free throw line. At least Rink did. I don't remember if Josiah shot any free throws, but you can tell the parts are there. Anyways, we had a giveaway. $30 to Buffalo Wings and Rings was on the line for texter number 10. Lance is our winner. The question was, what percentage of teams in this week's college football playoff rankings is undefeated? Stricky guessed.
I guessed 28%.
Which would be 7 out of 25 teams.
Yeah.
The answer is 20%. 5 teams out of the 25. So just 2 teams off. The top 5 all undefeated. Ohio State, Georgia, Michigan, Florida State, and Washington, the remaining unbeatens in the college football playoff rankings. So, Lance, congratulations. You are in. 30 days to stop in and claim your prize. While we're on the topic of basketball, we just started the hour with Strike. We turn our attention back to National Signing Day.
Yeah.
We'll start on the women's side with a 3-player class. The 3 players in the class would be Britt Prince out of Elkhorn North. You have Kennedy Williams out of Lincoln Southwest. And, I lost my page. Amaya Hargrove out of Christopher, Illinois, is the 3rd member of that class. Kennedy Williams, of course, the daughter of head coach Amy Williams. Never a slam dunk to get the coach's offspring on your team. Now we have it with both programs, with Sam Hoiberg being on Nebraska men's basketball, Kennedy Williams suiting up for Husker women's basketball next year. But interesting about Kennedy Williams is she'll be playing 2 sports. She'll play basketball for her mom, but she will also be joining Coach Rhonda Ravel and the red team on Husker softball. And it's been a while since there's been a Husker male athlete I can remember that's played two sports in different seasons. Volleyball and women's basketball have that right now with Maggie Mendelson.
Yeah.
Strick, you played two sports professionally. What goes into that for a college student athlete to try to figure out how to, change your body from season to season and be in the best shape for each sport?
I would say it's definitely a little bit more, it's a little bit easier to be on campus and to be able to navigate it, especially depending on what sports. If they're still in the same, those sports are in the same building. So it's not much. It's really a regimen as far as maybe the lifting schedule. Your eating schedule remains the same. It's just a matter of, just doing maybe different things with making sure you're getting swings in, or there's things you can work on because you're in the building. That helps. I would say it was very difficult for me because you're talking about 2 long seasons. Baseball, you have over 100-something games. In short season, you still have around 60-something. I left before the playoffs. Then you got to go and you got to get into a school regimen. You know what I mean? Like it was hard. I think my first year doing it, I was on probation. It was because I was like mentally spent, to go into basketball workouts after being out there in the hot sun and doing, long regiments of baseball training and still playing games, doing both of those. I was spent and I was literally taking time. I was like, I ain't going to school today.
You ain't go to school.
I'm not going today. But then I had to figure it out. Look, no, because I'm not sitting out a basketball season because I'm sitting here on probation. I'm not doing that. So I got focused real quick. But it's not easy. It's mentally draining. It can be. But if you have a mental fortitude as an athlete to do it, you can do it.
Text line, let us know the multi-sport athletes you remember in Husker history that played them both in college. 402-464-5685. Big Rob said Wilson Thomas playing basketball and football. Ben points out the Davis twins, who were defensive linemen for the Husker football team, also were throwers for the Husker track and field team. Subpar Hacker mentioned that as well. So if there are any other examples in recent history, if you can keep it to the last 10 years or so, that makes sense. Yeah, Darren Erstad did football and baseball. So I know there are plenty of examples out there. Corey Cooper, I think, was one that played baseball a little bit and then came back to football. So good for Kennedy Williams for taking that step. Also in the women's basketball class, you have Amaya Hargrove out of Christopher High School in Illinois, averaged 25 and 9 for her team, shot 63% from the floor, 85% at the free throw line.
Sick.
Which is really good.
And she got good hands too. 146 steals in 2 years.
That'll do. 6'2" wing, all sorts of high school accolades. So a wing scorer always goes a long way. But I think the headliner for the women's basketball class, Rick, the crown jewel, if you will, comes from in-state, comes from Elkhorn North. We mentioned that baseball signed a player from there, but women's basketball gets the commitment of Britt Prince earlier this week. Just a couple days after that, she's able to put pen to paper, sign her NLI, not her NIL, her NLI, National Letter of Intent. What a get for Amy Williams and her program. We think of 50, 40, 90 as the benchmarks for peak efficiency in basketball. Britt Prince almost went 60, 40, 90. Oh, and she still got a year to play. She has dominated Class B. What an incredible pickup for Amy Williams.
Yeah, she's the Jason Glock of her day, basically. But 5-star, 3-time Super State, 3-time state champion, reigning Nebraska Gatorade High School Player of the Year, the number 28th ranked prospect in the country. That's a good land, to keep one in state, especially when you had some regional powers kind of hovering over her. She's very Caitlin Clark light, has some similarities in style to her play. But there's going to be a curve. But the good thing about her, she plays high level AAU ball, so she gets the next level of competition to be able to also see the changes in speed and physicality. So it's definitely different playing Class B than playing in some. Not to say that Class A is like much different for her, but when you get the high level national AAU schedules, and she can play at that level as well.
And I think that they've played some Class A games at Elkhorn North. I'd be shocked if they didn't. But I'm glad you brought up the name Caitlin Clark. I think that's the name a lot of Husker fans would go to. Like, hey, we got our own Caitlin Clark. There's got to be a balance there, Strick, of learning, if you're Britt Prince, learning from Caitlin Clark, but also if you're Nebraska, not saying, Britt Prince, you have to go be our Caitlin Clark. Yeah. Don't set the expectation of comparison in terms of numbers and impact and cultural standing and sway. The expectation to me for Britt Prince is this is Caitlin Clark's work ethic. This is how much she's in the gym. This is what she's doing off the court. That, to me, if Britt Prince does the work, then the results should follow.
There's no question. I don't even have the answer on that one. The work is going to bring the result. The work is going to bring the result. And that's one of the messages I shared with them yesterday when I went out there to speak and out in Oxford was the work. I think a lot of people have a misconception of you just show up, and when you show up, it's a matter of the lights turn on. Mm-hmm. And one of the other things I shared with Coach Utterbuck and his young crew is that your work also is not now. Let me understand. And this is at Southern Valley, by the way, Southern Valley High School out in Oxford. But what I mean by that is the work is in the off season. The stuff you do now, one of the messages I told them is play to your strengths. Don't try to do anything that you're not accustomed to doing, that you haven't worked in the off season on doing. Don't try to add stuff now. Wherever your strength is, that's going to be to the betterment of the team. Mm-hmm. Do that and do it well. If it's distributing, if it's rebounding, if it's, shooting, and you're not good at handling the ball, then pass that thing, come off another screen. You know what I'm saying? 2 dribbles,
pass, move on.
You know what I mean? So that was one of the messages I shared. And that's the message also that you would want to get into Britt Prince is come in, do the work on the areas of your strength, and let that then attribute the respect that you're going to glean and gain. And then your roles will continue to expand and grow. That's it. You can always, it's probably easier to take away than it is to add. It takes time to add, and especially strict for someone that's so highly touted, that's thought of so highly in this state, that's the crown jewel of the recruiting class, to be able to hold her to the high standard of work off the court, of preparation, but at the same time, not making her feel like she has to come in and be the savior, elevate a team on her own. Yeah. And Amy Williams' teams are pretty solid. Yeah. They're, I think it's going to help with the additions that they're making. And I think this team will hopefully be able to build on what they've been able to do over the past few years. Markowski and that crew are going to get better. You add a good inside-outside combinations and you work off of that. You've got an opportunity to do something special. I guess we can use a Nebraska example. She doesn't have to come in and do Jazz Shelley things right away, right? She can learn and grow. She can play off the ball, get her feet wet, do what she's good at, to your point. If her strength is shooting, sit her in the corner, run her off a couple screens. There are ways to use her that amplify her strengths without putting too much on her. Yeah, that's a fact. Let's flip it over to the men's side here. 2 commitments, 2 national letters of intent signed for the men's basketball team yesterday. Let's start local again. Let's just keep the conversation here with Braden Frager. He plays for Lincoln Southwest. Maybe there's some chatter about it. If there was, I missed it, Strick. But Braden Frager, when he committed to Nebraska, was for the 2025 class. Yeah. Yesterday, I'm sure it's been in the works for a while, he reclassifies to the 2024 class. I'm sure this happens more than we might think, but when you think about guys that reclassify, it's your Cooper Flags, who did the same thing, stepping down from 25 to 24. Marvin Bagley stepped down a year. Plenty of guys at Kentucky. USC has had a couple guys do that in years past. I would love to be a fly on the wall for these conversations. Who initiated it? Did Fred Hoiberg see a need on the wing and say, hey, do you think you can reclassify? Did Braden Frager say, I think I've proven everything I can here, I want to reclassify? That's a lot of work to essentially accelerate your timeline by a year, miss out on a year of development. Now, he's a pretty good size already, listed at 6'6", 210. Yeah. I think that's a little high from what I've seen on the highlights, but maybe it's legit.
I just can't remember the last time Nebraska basketball had someone reclassify, especially a local kid.
Well, it can be for a few reasons. One, it could be, I want to get in, and they may just get him in, get him
redshirt him,
and then begin to work in different areas because he does have good size and good body right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then allow some of those that are in that junior, senior range to, matriculate their way through the system. Then he comes in with, a solid group of leadership, been around. It could be that I wouldn't say that it's the size right now or the physicality that's bringing it. I think maybe the domination in maybe he feels that they can't do anything more at the level. That's usually when you reclassify. Like Cooper Flagg reclassifying is very understandable.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing he could do. I can give you an example. This is the best example I think I can explain it without trying to explain it. When I was in the 4th and 5th grade, I was a physical dominating player, right?
Mm-hmm.
I played, obviously was not junior high or anything, but I played in the league that I played in. I dominated the league and was MVP of that league, okay? My father goes and sits down with the group and says, listen, my son will continue to dominate this league. You need to move him up.
Mm-hmm.
So they broke a rule, put me with the 6th and the 7th graders, and ended up being the MVP of that league. So it would have done me no good or anybody good to stay at that level, right? It's very similar to why when I was a freshman that I was on the freshman team and not on the varsity team.
Right.
You can do that now, but you couldn't then because we literally just ran through everybody at Mission Junior High. It was like, there's nothing anybody could do with us. We were just that good, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I'm trying to say. It's probably, maybe that's the case, and he just feels the level right now that he's at or the school that he's at. It's really not much else that he can do there. Go ahead and move up, get stronger, get physical, get in the system, start learning, start playing a collegiate style instead of just relying on the AAU, because really AAU does you no good because it's just running, playing, jumping, and you're just putting yourself more at risk.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that could be part of it.
Curious to see how his game develops. He shoots it pretty well.
Oh, yeah, he's
from
got a
the
stroker on him.
outside.
He's got a burner.
Over 40% from
Yeah.
3. Good footwork, watching his highlights, gets his body squared pretty well. I think I would qualify him as a smooth athlete, maybe not the most explosive guy. So I think he fits with Eli Rice in that way. Another lefty, right? So 2 6'6", 6'7" lefty
They're
wings.
long.
They are. I think Frager can be a little more impactful defensively from the get-go. I think Rice probably has a little bit more of a scoring mentality.
Yeah.
But the potential of that duo on the wing is fun. And that brings us then, Strick, to another lefty in this Husker football.
I love
Husker
it.
basketball. Your guys.
My type of guys.
Nick Janowski is the name.
Yeah.
And the way I'm going to describe Nick Janowski, the type of get that he was for Nebraska, was payback for Chucky Hepburn.
That's where I was going to. See, that's why you're my boy.
Look at us. Look at us. It's straight payback for
Right
Chucky.
payback. We went
Wisconsin
right into their
snatches
Come on.
Chucky from Bell West.
Yeah.
Nebraska gets Nick Janowski out of Pewaukee, Wisconsin. Pewaukee Pirates, by the way. That's kind of fun.
A winning program, too.
Winning program. Won a couple of Division II state titles in a row. Nick Janowski, 6'3", 185, 190 type of guard.
And a super burner.
Yes, dude can absolutely
Stroke
fill it up. 47% from 3, averages 23 a game. Willing passer, saw some nifty dishes. Wisconsin wanted him. Top 5 preseason team Marquette wanted him. Iowa wanted him. Iowa State wanted him. And Iowa State actually had one of his teammates from last year, Milos Momcilovic, go there. He's a freshman playing for the Cyclones now. For Nebraska to poach a guy like that, smooth lefty game, can fill it up from all 3 levels, willing passer. I love this get for Fred Hoiberg and co.
No question. Comes from winning pedigree, 3 consecutive state championships, 71-9 throughout that span. And he's one of the leaders of that charge. That's the type of pedigree that you want into your program because it's going to instill a winning mentality because they're coming with that.
Yep.
And that's what you got to love about that get. Also getting it out of Wisconsin.
That's huge. It's so fun.
They stole my boy Chucky.
We stole one of theirs back.
Yeah, it just was Halloween too. Chucky. There's a lot of Chucky mentalities. I wanted to go in on them when they did that.
Wisconsin didn't go trick-or-treating. They just went ding-dong-ditching.
Oh, man, they sure did. They stole my boy. That's all right, though. We're going to get him back.
We wish him the best. He's doing his thing, put up 20 in their opening win. But, hey, Nick Janowski, welcome to the 402. Excited to have you, young man. So that's a good look at National Signing Day. Let us know your favorite get for any of those Husker programs, baseball, volleyball, men's and women's basketball, 402-464-5685. And also the multi-sport athletes that played at Nebraska. I think that's where we'll go with our next segment. Keep bringing those names in here in the next 5 minutes or so. We'll get to those as we continue on the block after this.
It takes a great game plan to win a football game each week, and right now, it's time to plan a trip to get a new car at Mullen Motors. Just like on the football field, there's a wall of defense on the way to Mullen Motors. 48th Street is under construction from Layton all the way to Cornhusker Highway. But the lot at Mullen Motors is full of tons of great vehicles to drive home this fall for the ultimate touchdown. Mullen Motors, still open through road construction at 48th and Walker.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
If you're not going to Memorial Stadium for a home game and don't have any travel plans for away games, there's a great place in Omaha to catch the action, the Inner Rail Food Hall. There's plenty of space. The Backstretch Bar has amazing game specials on game days. $15 Blue Moon and Bud Light pitchers, $6 margaritas, and $6 Moscow Mules. And if you're hungry, take in some of their great options from their game day pizza specials. Do football game day right in the Inner Rail Food Hall in Exarban Village in Omaha.
The Southern Pecan Cake from Beatrice Bakery. They don't just let you call anything Southern, especially when it's baked right here in Nebraska. But there are standards you have to meet, like a rich, decadent, moist caramel cake? Check. Bursting with too many large pecans to count? Check. Big enough to share with the whole group? Check. But delicious enough that you won't want to share? A big check on that one. The Southern Pecan Cake, the newest cake to the Beatrice Bakery lineup. Try it for yourself at Beatrice Bakery. Online at BeatriceBakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Great Diesel and Equipment Services is your go-to place in Lincoln for repairs and maintenance for diesel pickups to Class 8 over-the-road trucks and trailers, from bumper pole utility to full-size semi. Gray performs DOT inspections and are a service provider for fleet companies like ARI, Element Fleet, and FleetNet. They're a family-owned business in operation since 1952, and they keep a clean, friendly shop. Customer service is their top priority. Give Great Diesel and Equipment Services a visit today, with easy access just off I-80 and North 56th Street.
This is Rick Heyman, president of Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I'm inviting you to stop by any of our 3 great locations to see why we have been voted best of for decades. We're a 4-generation jewelry company that refuses to compromise on quality or service. If you're in the market for anything for anyone special, nothing, and I mean nothing, says it better than Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Sartor Heyman Jewelers since 1905 in Lincoln and Grand Island.
Whether you're booking a trip to Lincoln for a football game or a volleyball weekend, the Scarlet Hotel at Innovation Campus is the place for you. The Scarlet Hotel is special on many levels, from the delicious Well and Good restaurant on the main floor to the coolest rooftop patio bar in Lincoln, the Barred Owl, on the top floor of the hotel with great views of the city and one of the coolest drink menus. Book your stay or book a staycation today at scarlethotelnebraska.com.
Herrick Services takes this time to wish everyone a happy Veterans Day. They are thankful for those who served our great nation and gave their lives to defend this country, which should never be taken for granted. This important message comes to you from Bart and the folks at Herrick Services, your vending specialists here in Lincoln. Their quality, service, and expertise has earned them a fine reputation. That's Herrick Services, on the air because they care.
When you think of places with tons of great beer selections and amazing food menu in Omaha, the conversation should start and end with Bärschen Beer Garden in Benson. With more than 30 beers on tap, including several German options, you're sure to find something you like. And don't forget their Nashville hot chicken sandwich or any of their delicious hamburgers. Start off with the warm house-made pretzels and you're on to a great day at Bärschen Beer Garden in the heart of Benson in Omaha.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles. ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today. I'm ready. Burgers? Check. Chips? Check. Icy cold beer? Check. Except this one. I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread? I can't stop eating it. Rico, relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today. Found in most local grocery stores. When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club, or space club, and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about a margarita club? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge and join the best club in town. 10 flavors of margaritas like Maui Wowie, burnt pineapple, and mango tango. Try all 10 of them and receive your own souvenir margarita glass. Make it your new Monday night tradition. $4 margaritas and $4 taco baskets. Grab the crew and head on over Monday nights or any night. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
November 13th through the 17th is American Education Week. It's a wonderful opportunity to celebrate public education and honor individuals who are making a difference, helping every child receive a quality education. I'm Jenny Benson, president of the Nebraska State Education Association, and I want to thank Nebraskans for supporting your local public schools. Together, we are helping students achieve and succeed.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Us, Norman, Eric Strickland, back with you here during On the Block. Half an hour more today, full 2-hour show for you tomorrow. Definitely talking a lot of Huskers and Terrapins tomorrow. Get you set up for that matchup, 11 o'clock kick. 8 o'clock pregame here on Saturday at 93.7 The Ticket. It's a home game. Energy should be high. Nebraska football still looking to get bowl eligible. We'll be here breaking down the matchups for you tomorrow and definitely Saturday morning before kickoff. While we talk a little bit of football, Strick, this is a football-involved conversation. Just talking about some multi-sport athletes at the University of Nebraska. Cool Hand Luke throws out Allie Havers, who played basketball and volleyball, did the Maggie Mendelson thing. Former color commentator Matt Davison, of course, played a couple football and basketball there. Ben said his cousin played basketball and softball in the early 2000s. But this is a relevant conversation to have, too, when you look at Nebraska football, because we talk about Matt Rule and his recruiting strategy. One of the things they look at is track times. And they go with that. They go for speed. By my count, just a very rough estimate here, there are 4 guys on the Nebraska football team that will be running track for the team this fall, or at least are on the track roster as well. The first one that comes to mind, Jalen Lloyd, right? He's the burner of this freshman class from Nebraska, was elite in high school at Omaha West Side, decided to play both football and track at Nebraska, but he was close to signing with Florida. Really good track program down there to be a sprinter. Bryce Turner out of Texas, Jeremiah Charles, kind of an athlete on the football team, ran track in Texas, listed on the roster. And Malachi Coleman, also on both the Nebraska football and track rosters.
You can see that Coach Rule is doing something similar to what Coach Osborne did. Coach Osborne took a same approach. He just did it in a different way. He went into certain places where he's like, we've got to get faster and we've got to get faster in these areas, because he just realized that we just weren't going to be able to measure up against the type of competition that they were going to be playing if they wanted to win the big game. So you can tell Rule's doing it, but they're doing it in a dual mode mentality by letting the track athletes come in. And if you are worth your salt, as a lot of people, and his track record, no pun intended,
good one.
His track record, a Rule is development. And so if development is that thing that you're strong at, then that's the area that you want to get certain type of athletes in here and then begin to build on that. Now, I think that's one of the areas they're trying to do at the quarterback position. They just haven't been able to do that. Go get you a quarterback, like one that's what he do. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't care what his 40 times, but this is what he do. You know, he's a quarterback guy. I think that's the one that you probably just want to just go get him, you know, instead of just going to get the athlete and turning the athlete into the quarterback.
That part. Some of the things in football you can teach, in basketball you can teach, in baseball you can teach. Speed you can't really teach. Yeah, right. You can improve posture, you can improve running style, you can improve the gait a little bit and shave off, a few tenths of a second from a 40 or a 100 time. But either you're fast or you're not. Either you got it or you're not. What you can teach is footwork. You can teach technique. You can get guys in the weight room and get them on a nutrition plan and bulk them up. So I think it's a logical gamble to some degree, a calculated one for Nebraska football to look at these track times and say, there's some good wide receivers in the Big Ten, but we can have the fastest ones. There's some good defensive backs that can run a little bit, but I doubt any of these guys were running our guys' track times, right? I get it's Nebraska, and there's a big emphasis on wide receiver blocking. And yes, it's important on the perimeter, but a wide receiver's primary job is to catch the ball, get open, and then catch the ball. The easiest way to get open is to run past someone. Nebraska has guys that look like they should be able to do that.
Or to be able to do that and then
threaten it.
Yeah. That opens up opportunities for you. Go ahead.
Right. And even like Turner and Charles might be defensive backs. But if your defensive backs are faster than other teams' wide receivers, that's huge. You can't have the top taken off of you unless you bite on a double move, which, funny enough, you can teach. Look at the hips. The hips will tell you where the guy's going to go. You can teach that. You can't teach speed nearly as much. So I like that gamble for this team. But then it comes down to what's their first sport? What's their first endeavor? I would think for all those guys, it's football. Lloyd and Coleman right now, for sure. Turner and Charles working in the background. I think we have a football-centric view of this where, of course, football's first and they're doing speed training for track. Jalen Lloyd, I'm not sure. Again, elite, national level sprinter coming in. If these guys aren't getting snaps on football, maybe they focus on track. And that would change, like you were talking about with the lifting regimen and the nutrition regimen, because you want to bulk them up. There's just some good weight that you add in college, but there's a line there for every athlete where it's too much and it hinders the other sport, isn't there?
It depends, but a lot of it stems from your flexibility, from like maintaining that, continuing to have loose hips, continuing to have a lot of stretching, because you can still be strong. That's one of the lessons I had to learn, because I always thought, dang, I can get bulky. But then once I learned that I can get the strength, but still maintain the shiftiness, the ability, the open hips and the footwork, I can still be that, but still be stronger. Once I learned that is a possibility, then I was able to mentally get through that. You're right.
When did that click for you?
I would have to say probably junior in high school.
Was that a coach? Was that you?
I was already naturally strong. It was talking to Odious Lee, who was one of our strength and conditioning guys,
who was a smaller defensive tackle at Nebraska.
Right. And his son's was in Kansas. So having those types of conversations and just really able to get through, because as a sophomore, I was naturally strong and big. So I was 6'3", 190, almost 200 in the 10th grade. So I didn't want to get too much, but I actually played in the NBA at 225. Came in about 218, but ended up, the bulk of my career at 225.
Was it harder to get to 218 or harder to get to 225?
That's the problem. It wasn't hard. It was just it was just doing the natural stuff and getting with the right type of trainer and working with them. The training regimens are so much better now than it was back then. There's so much more technologically advanced ways in which you do it. So even then, the guys that I was able to work with were able to help me with my flexibility. I got stretched after every session, and different things with my hips and chiropractic work and just different things like that to make sure everything was good.
What was that breakdown for you? And I'm sure it changed across your career of what percentage of time did you spend on your body and what percentage of time did you spend on your game?
It was always more on the game. Like when I was training, for example, to go into the NBA, it was morning drill work, whether it be ball handling, working on different aspects of full court work, maybe some conditioning. Then it was weight room, about a good hour. A lot of weight room too. In season, it's different. In off season, it's working on strength, power, explosiveness, quick twitch type stuff. In season, it's maintenance. It's all maintenance work. So it just depends on what that is. Hour then, and then afterwards, it would be another session of drills with some conditioning, but more shooting, and then it would be some playing. So 3 times a day, it was what it was put in order to get to the next level.
Speaking of the next level, Great Pumpkin doesn't think Nebraska can get there on the men's basketball side. The text from the text line 402-464-5685 says, "We are not remotely close to recruiting the talent we need to compete in Big Ten men's basketball. We're taking players that are marginal Division I players. Why haven't we brought in a top-tier recruiter to help us? Hope this isn't the last year for Hoiberg, but we do not have the talent to compete." Do you want to start with that? Or do you want me to start with it?
I'll let you start.
All right. So I'm going to disagree. I'm going to push back. I'll start at the back of the text and work forward. Why not hire a top-tier recruiter? Well, Nebraska tried that with Matt Abdelmassi, right? Didn't fit what Fred Hoiberg wanted to do. Again, more of a developmental guy. Fred Hoiberg, known for the transfer portal, his first stint in college basketball. But now I think you can see with a year of work with these guys, they take big leaps. They take big strides. That's why I was so excited for Ramel Lloyd Jr., who was a 4-star guy, right? That wasn't a fringe guy. Right. Mel had offers, right?
Yeah, in one of the best programs in the country.
Eli Rice out of IMG had plenty eyeballs on him, had offers, came here. Bryce Williams went to Charlotte, had some offers in the transfer portal, right? You get Aaron Ullison, went to Iowa. Think what you will about them, but that's a pretty successful D1 program. The 2 guys Nebraska signed in this class for 2024 in Braden Frager out of Southwest here in Lincoln, and then Nick Janowski.
Which you have to get the best of your state.
You do.
Period.
Mm-hmm. And then Nick Janowski out of Pewaukee up in Wisconsin, like you said, winning program. Both of those guys were top 150 level players.
Right.
I don't have the raw numbers in front of me, but the number of top 150 guys Nebraska's gotten in the last decade plus, I bet we can count on
maybe on one hand,
1 or 2 hands. Right. Bryce McGowan's was highly rated. Right. That's a good get. Bryce was good. Where did that get Nebraska? You know, maybe a step in the right direction a little bit, but not the style of play that they wanted. Right. Don't discount Frager just because he's from Lincoln. Dude can play. Had some offers. Iowa was after him. Creighton was after him. Iowa State, Northwestern, I think, ran on him. Marquette wanted Nick Janowski. Wisconsin wanted him. Iowa State again. Other D1 programs want these guys, right? I think these guys will have at least a role to play, and I think the recruiting style has changed. Maybe they are marginal at one point, but again, 2 top 150 guys in one class for Nebraska. That's pretty solid.
Here's what I will say. I will say it looks to me the way that they're building it, and it looked to me in the style that they played in that first game, when you're talking about 18 assists, successful track it for the last 10 years, successful NCAA programs are ones that have some excellence with some solid role players that stay around. It looks to me that's what Fred's trying to build. Guys that are, you can go for the super top tier guys, and what does that mean? That doesn't do anything. Ask Kentucky. Right? Like, yeah, they get every one of the top 10, 25 guys, but they haven't gotten deep into a NCAA tournament, and those guys are gone after 1 or 2 years. But the ones that have won, look at Villanova.
Yep.
Look at Kansas. You know, you just look at those teams and what they were built on. They were guys that stayed for a long tenure, and it looks like that's what Fred's trying to build. I'm not saying that is the case, but I'm saying from what I saw and what I'm seeing, it's a good track for the direction that I think that they can build off of in the Big Ten. And say what you will also, I think the Big Ten's down. I think they've got a tremendous opportunity to do something great. Some may not like it, but I actually think with the way that their schedule is set up, I think that the way that their team is built, and if they stay in what would they say in volleyball? Stay in sequence.
Stay in system.
In system.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. They stay in system. This team can actually do something. I still think they need to dominate the rebounds a little bit more. With the length and the size that this team has, you should never let another team come in here and dominate you at the rebound.
No, you shouldn't. I'll say this too on some of those marginal Division I players. I would ask for examples of that. I would say Nebraska has certainly taken its fair share of swings at guys who are raw, like a Jordy Shimanga back in the day, Eduardo Andre before he transferred out, even your boy, Joe, right?
Yeah.
They're raw. They need work, but it's number one, trusting your system. And
Every professional scout is looking at Joe. I don't care. They love him right now as he is. Go ahead.
But I think it's also somewhat instructive to look at who else offered these guys. So for Eduardo Andre, I just pulled it up just as a name that came to mind as a raw kind of marginal guy. He's at Fresno State right now, kind of an up and down program out in the Mountain West, but Boston College in the ACC, San Diego State, who made the run to the national title game last year, offered Eduardo Andre. Illinois, again, kind of up and down under Brad Underwood, but still a solid program. Northwestern at that time was building to something. And then you look at Jops recruiting. Arizona State and Bobby Hurley down there. Not great this year. Solid program. Seton Hall, pretty good program. Ole Miss offered him with Chris Beard, who's a very highly sought after coach. Nebraska's not just offering scrubs and nobodies, right? Yeah, they take some flyers on guys, but I also think the system as we see it now, like you said, if Nebraska stays in system, gives all five guys on the court the opportunity to be the best version of themselves.
Do I need to say anything? I don't. That's it. I mean, you said everything, as I would have said it. I really think, and I don't just throw this stuff out lightly. I don't just speak lightly when I think about, basketball. I'll tell you if they're garbage, I'll tell you this is garbage makeup. I like to be optimistic. I like maybe a couple of the players, see what the others do, but the way and the style that this team is playing, I actually like, and I think it's a winnable style. I think it's a winnable makeup that they have on this team. I can see a vision for where they're trying to go with this team, and it's up to them to get there. But I like the start. I like what I see, and I'll see some more tonight.
We sure will. 7:00 tip-off for the Huskers and Florida A&M. We'll wrap up this discussion and the sign-in day discussion, the multi-sport athlete discussion, by saying just because you get a recruit just because he's rated or she's rated in the top 150 doesn't mean it's guaranteed to pan out, right? Sometimes it just doesn't work for whatever reason. But in that case, look at the process, right? Look at the other offers. Look at what the coaches would see, not just the result of their careers. It's easy to judge that in retrospect, but I like the process in getting Frager and him reclassifying and in straight up poaching Janowski from underneath a couple good Wisconsin schools. So give them time. They'll develop. I get it. There's a lot of pressure on this team right now to do something that hasn't been done in a while, but I think the process is good. I think it looks sustainable. We'll keep talking more about that, but we're about ready to turn it over to Jay Foreman for Old School. DP will be out today. We'll bring Jay in for the crossover, get you set up for Old School after this.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and the holiday season is upon us, and wow, do we have some really awesome incentives to share with you. Right now at Koppel, we're offering 0.9% interest rates or $6,000 off select Chevrolet and GMC models. Yes, you heard right, 0.9% or $6,000 off select new models. In addition, Costco customers can get special incentives for this entire month. So please take that short money-saving drive down 144th Street or check us out at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All offers include trade-in bonus with approved credit.
Is your backyard ready for fun with friends and family this fall? GE Landscape Supply has pavers and boulders, which are a great accent for any landscaping project. And you can find them at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere, nearby or far away. Stop by at 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday. Go to gelandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Hey guys, Jake Sorensen here from Early Break. The garage door at our house has been needing replacement for a couple years, and a few months ago, we finally did something about it. Steve's Garage Doors and Services was great through the whole process in providing options and also going to the next level to get a door that was approved by our HOA. And best of all, the removal of the old door and installation of the new door was done smoothly with no issues. Call Steve's Garage Doors and Services today at 402-480-2840.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs. It takes a great game plan to win a football game each week, and right now, it's time to plan a trip to get a new car at Mullen Motors. Just like on the football field, there's a wall of defense on the way to Mullen Motors. 48th Street is under construction from Layton all the way to Cornhusker Highway. But the lot at Mullen Motors is full of tons of great vehicles to drive home this fall for the ultimate touchdown. Mullen Motors, still open through road construction at 48th and Walker.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
When you think of places with tons of great beer selections and amazing food menu in Omaha, the conversation should start and end with Bearschen Beer Garden in Benson. With more than 30 beers on tap, including several German options, you're sure to find something you like. And don't forget their Nashville hot chicken sandwich or any of their delicious hamburgers. Start off with the warm house-made pretzels and you're on to a great day at Bearschen Beer Garden in the heart of Benson in Omaha. All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today. I'm ready. Burgers? Check. Chips? Check. Icy cold beer? Check. Except this one. I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread? I can't stop eating it. Rico, relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today. Found in most local grocery stores.
Tailored Lights is your go-to local manufacturer and installer of the best landscape lighting. Tailored Lights is excited to highlight the architecture of your home or business and provide a warm environment that feels safe. And for those outside the Lincoln area, they do ship across the country and are happy to work with anyone near or far with lights anywhere from 18 inches to 110 inches. Enhance your curb appeal with an exquisite Tailored Light today. Call 402-432-2572 or go to tailoredlights.com.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Tanner's Bar and Grill, Vinny Creekat, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The Southern Pecan Cake from Beatrice Bakery. They don't just let you call anything Southern, especially when it's baked right here in Nebraska. There are standards you have to meet, like a rich, decadent, moist caramel cake? Check. Bursting with too many large pecans to count? Check. Big enough to share with the whole group? Check. But delicious enough that you won't want to share? A big check on that one. The Southern Pecan Cake, the newest cake to the Beatrice Bakery lineup. Try it for yourself at Beatrice Bakery. Online at BeatriceBakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese and 84th and Haviland. This week's special through November 14th is spend $40 and you'll get to buy one, get one free on 8-ounce prepackaged sirloins. And don't forget to check out their Friday feast this week and every week. Plus, don't forget their 2 new locations now open at 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
The Lincoln forecast for today, expecting lots of sunshine throughout the day. Maybe a little breezy this afternoon. Otherwise, we'll see a high around 61. Tonight, mainly clear skies with an overnight low around 28. And tomorrow, more sunshine on the way. We'll see a high around 54. I'm meteorologist Kyle Clucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're wrapping up On the Block. Austin Norman, Eric Strickland with you. Joined now by Jay Foreman. What up, Jay?
What's happening? You know what, though, to be honest with you, that little interest music. Oh, hold on. Look at it with the you see that with the curl cap? Pink? As you just, hey, just be you. You know what I mean? I'll just be you. Strick, I was gonna say, man, that's that little theme music, that fits you perfectly. Don't. That's you. Yeah. Yeah, look, you bopping your head. Look and see how he's bopping his head. Yeah, that's you, dog.
Oh, I love it. It's Thirsty Thursday, baby.
Yeah.
That's my theme music. Give me my theme music.
Yeah.
Thirsty Thursday. Also, Thursday Night Football. Panthers and Bears.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Which franchise would you rather be? Who's in a better spot moving forward?
Good question.
I think Carolina. They two are the same because the head coach obviously didn't get to draft who he wanted to. He's telling you. And then he said, like week 2, he said, I've never had an owner pretty much tell me what I'm doing, but he's like, I'm learning how to deal with it because I got to collect the check. And then I think Chicago is just in disarray. You draft Justin Fields, he's on the uptick, and then you just change the offense and what he did well. And you made a trade, last year it didn't work out. You got, I think, DJ Moore this year.
Mm-hmm. Got rid of Claypool, too.
You got to get rid of
Had to get rid of,
but they spent a second round on Claypool. Got rid of all your good defensive players. You let Raekwon Smith just walk out the door.
And before that, you
let Mac go. So I think they need to figure out what they're doing from top down, really get a good draft together, get the coach right. And see, they got some talent because they still got Eddie Jackson. They had the corner that they were trying to trade instead of pay him, which is weird. He's on his rookie deal. I mean, it's like, you're good. We don't want you. So I don't know what they're doing, but they have, I think, potentially two first round picks.
Could be back to
back top picks. So they could do like Houston. Houston had it. You got C.J. Stroud and you got Will Anderson. So if they can do that, then they'll be on right back because the time for Chicago is right now.
New stadium coming?
Well, yeah, but the NFC Central is just wide open. Besides Detroit, and they haven't done it for a full year. But Carolina, I think, is in the same position. If they could get more weapons around Bryce Young and a better offensive line and run a game, they're playing good D, so I think they'll be fine.
The NFC North, I like more than the NFC South. I thought Carolina had a chance, right? If Bryce Young came in, hit the ground running, I thought they had a chance with that defense. I thought Thielen was a nice veteran addition. New Orleans doesn't scare me. Tampa Bay's given up 40 to Houston, which, I mean, that's defensible the way CJ Stroud's playing, but that's a big step back for that defense. And Atlanta doesn't know how to use Bijan Robinson.
No,
that's bizarre to me.
They had the game where he just lit the league up and he didn't play and didn't report it.
No.
So
they should be using him like Kamara. I think
they should be using him. They should just be feeding him. And then they got Algier from BYU. That's a good thumper back. I think. And then what really hurts them is the inconsistency of Kyle Pitts. And I think he's immature.
How so?
Well, just you could tell just by if you saw like some of the all 22 tapes. I mean, he was jogging on routes, so that's affecting how the quarterback can play. I like their talent. I think defensively they could be sneaky good because it's got a merit, and I think Grady Jarrett he's excellent.
He's been there a minute.
but he's productive. I think the NFC South, it's always nobody wins it back to back. It's pretty much.
Don't know if it wants to be Jacksonville. Don't know if it wants
don't matter. It's like when Seattle went 7-9, wanted to do it. That's what it's going to be.
Tampa.
Yeah, so it's.
I don't know.
I mean, when you look at all the quarterbacks, it should be New Orleans, but I think Kamara being out for that first bit it hurt a lot.
Is Dennis Allen the guy?
I like Dennis Allen.
You do?
I think
a lot of people question it.
I know. I thought this was the year, because they showed a lot of flashes last year, but they just haven't been consistent. I tell you what, I would trust Dennis Allen more than some other coaches, because I think Dennis Allen probably needs to let go of the defense, bring in a coordinator, and then really focus on overseeing everything. Just because he's such a young coach, and he got the job by being a defensive coordinator. And what I mean by young head coach. So I think if he can I like Dennis Allen. I like his demeanor. I like the locker room that he has in the locker room. I just think offensively, for whatever reason, they've struggled.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Pause.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
I'm glad you brought that up with Dennis Allen maybe needing to let go. How many coaches are there in the NFL that can be a head coach and still call plays? Like, I feel like there's so few that have the ability to have a full grasp of a unit, but also run a team.
Yeah, you got to be really good at it, and then also you got to have somebody that's running the opposite, part of the team that you trust. So, right, Andy Reid obviously can, but he got Steve Spagnuolo, Spags, so he's excellent, right? And they know each other from Philly, so they know, what makes each other tick. He knows exactly what he wants as a defensive coordinator and the players that they need, and that offense is cooking. Sean Payton has shown the ability to do it. There's been guys that have been able to do it. It's very hard because if you don't have the other essentially quasi head coach over there running the other unit, it makes it very, very hard, right? So when you think about Buffalo, with McDermott, right? So he went from overseeing everything. Leslie Frazier, who was a well-respected defensive coordinator, McDermott takes over from him. So now it takes away from, getting in Josh Allen's ear before he goes out there. Because you see, if you watch Buffalo sometimes, the game will be going on. He's over there talking to the defense because he is the defensive coordinator. So now you've taken your head coach and kind of made him a D coordinator. The head coach isn't overseeing or telling Ken Dorsey, we need to run clock. We need you to pound the ball. He's just doing whatever he needs to do. Because here's another example. Wade Phillips was my head coach, right? Ted Cottrell was the defensive coordinator. Now, people used to always get mad at Wade because he never wore a headset. Now, he wore it when he needed to, but he was letting the coaches coach, and he let the players play. It takes a unit. Like, I think McDaniel does a good job, but what did he do? He went and got Vic Fangio. The defense hasn't been there, but getting Ramsey back, now you're going to see an uptick in their production. So you have that dude that's a very established coordinator. You can do it. It's a hard thing to do, though.
The text line has a question. They're looking at Las Vegas. What are the odds Antonio Pierce, the interim, gets to keep the Raiders job? If you're Mark Davis, what do you do? I mean, the last time you were in this situation, Rich Bisaccia got him on the doorstep of the playoffs. I doubt that's going to happen with Antonio Pierce. What's the move for Vegas?
Let me give it a few more weeks. I like Antonio Pierce. I played with him in New York. And I remember I knew him and trained with him some in the offseason when he was with the Reds. They're the Redskins then. And we had so his old teammate was one of my teammates. We trained together. Superior leadership skills, tough dude, open-minded, phenomenal communicator, former middle linebacker, scrappy, made himself, he's a free agent and just was a dog. Didn't look the best, didn't look at it, but he can make plays. I think if Antonio Pierce, if you see consistency, and it's not about wins and losses, a leader, because the Raiders need a leader.
What do you make of the locker room after they got that win and McDaniels was gone?
They're
smoking cigars and partying.
They were smoking cigars and sending him off to the pastor. There's Josh McDaniels is a cancer to a locker room. He's a cancer in the organization. Just the way he is. And he doesn't have the track record to do so. So you're professional. Like, you can't be like that and you don't have the respect of the team. You can't be like that if you don't respect grown men. He lost that locker room. Here's where he lost that locker room. And I can tell you because, well, David Carr is a former teammate of mine. I talked to David because we do some stuff together. When they didn't let Derek Carr come back and just, even if they were going to bench him, wouldn't even let him in the building, it was done. It was done. That dude has withstood so much BS for that organization, and he just blamed everything on him, jettisoned him, brought in Jimmy Garoppolo, who isn't better
guy, right.
and isn't better than Derek Carr. Paid him a whole bunch of money while he was hurt. You lose it because the star free agent that you brought in was his best friend. So you're going to lose the locker room, and then once you start doing some different stuff in an NFL, NBA locker room, I mean, you know it. You've heard about different coaches that go into a good organization and just mess it up, and then somebody else comes in and gets it together. Right. So leadership doesn't change whether you're in Pee-wee leagues, middle school, high school, college, pros. Doesn't matter the sport. You got to be able to be a leader. You got to be able to, challenge guys. You got to be able to be accountable, not only to yourself, but, to what you're asking people. And you got to be a good, effective communicator. When you're a head coach, unless you're the guys that we mentioned before, and I'm sure we missed some, you better be able to communicate, and the X's and O's are probably to the put to the wayside. Here's
Tomlin kind of guy.
Yeah. So Tomlin, right? And well, here's what people always say: "Oh, he's a great motivator." No, he is coaching them. He knows what he's doing. Now, granted, Canada's probably going to be somebody he's going to have a talk with after the season, but also he's been through enough and won enough that knows what it's like in the NFL. Considering that Pittsburgh has never been a free agency player. Another example of a coordinator or of a head coach that probably deviled too much in his position is Mike Zimmer in Minnesota. He coached to protect his defense. So you lose a lot of games. Then if it's not working out perfectly, you start to lose more games. You start to lose fanfare. You start to lose the little bit of, or the respect in the locker room. They respect him as a coach, but as an offense, if you're protecting the defense, we can't score. You got guys' jobs on the line. You got contracts that need to be hit. You got incentives that need to be hit. You know what I'm saying? And so everybody's smart. So it's look, Chicago's a blue blood type of franchise. Carolina's on the uptick. Unfortunately, I had one season when we've been in a game like this. We used to call these the toilet bowl. I'm telling you, they're going to be out there. I'm telling you like this. Watch tonight. They're going to be playing hard because I'm going to tell you what they don't want to do. They do not want to go in the locker room losing to the other team. When we played Carolina one year, we both was hot garbage. You would have thought, hey, Strick, we were out there going bonkers. Ham. I mean, you would have thought we was playing for the playoff spot. Both of us was just bottom feeders, and we wasn't even on the TV. Even if somebody's getting blown out, they didn't even put us on. Yeah. They just show one highlight. Buffalo against Carolina, end up score. We end up winning, but we was dead tired after that, man.
I bet.
What's coming up on Old School?
We're going to do some picks, top 25 picks, and the college football weekend, and then we'll double back into this game tonight, and then we should be setting it off.
Thursday?
Yeah.
Here you go.
There
Not getting rid of Stricky quite yet.
I know he got to get
change.
He got to get suited and booted.
He'll do that.
Look at him cheesing over there. Go ahead, get your point on, man. Go ahead.
There's no one out there to point to.
That's all right.
Got someone crossing the street.
Yeah. Don't matter. You don't never point to nobody anyways.
No,
go ahead, Strick. We'll get it for you.
There.
That's all right. We're pointing you to Old School coming up next. Jay Foreman's here. Kevin Meyer will be in. Strick and I will stick around. We'll be with you here for Old School till 6. For Jay, for Strick, I'm Austin. It's been fun on the block. Talk to you here in just a sec.
Herrick Services takes this time to wish everyone a happy Veterans Day. They are thankful for those who served our great nation and gave their lives to defend this country, which should never be taken for granted. This important message comes to you from Bart and the folks at Herrick Services, your vending specialists here in Lincoln. Their quality, service, and expertise has earned them a fine reputation. That's Herrick Services, on the air because they care.
right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today.
I'm ready.
Burgers?
Check.
Chips?
Check.
Icy cold beer?
Check. Except this one.
I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread?
I can't stop eating it.
Rico,
relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today. Found in most local grocery stores.
After a long, hot summer, are you ready for fall? What about your home? Is your heating system ready for cooler temperatures ahead? Be sure and call Bryant for your fall heating check. No matter what brand of equipment you own, Bryant's trained technician will thoroughly clean and inspect your furnace or heat pump to make sure you stay warm and comfortable. Call today to schedule your home heating check. 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111. We do whatever it takes.
Gray Diesel and Equipment Services is your go-to place in Lincoln for repairs and maintenance for diesel pickups to Class 8 over-the-road trucks and trailers, from bumper pole utility to full-size semi. Gray performs DOT inspections and are a service provider for fleet companies like ARI, Element Fleet, and FleetNet. They're a family-owned business in operation since 1952, and they keep a clean, friendly shop. Customer service is their top priority. Give Gray Diesel and Equipment Services a visit today, with easy access just off I-80 and North 56th Street.
Hey guys, Jake Sorensen here from Early Break. The garage door at our house has been needing replacement for a couple years, and a few months ago, we finally did something about it. Steve's Garage Doors and Services was great through the whole process in providing options and also going to the next level to get a door that was approved by our HOA. And best of all, the removal of the old door and installation of the new door was done smoothly with no issues. Call Steve's Garage Doors and Services today at 402-480-2840.
Ironhide Construction is hiring. They're looking for hardworking, self-motivated individuals who are team players. Ironhide Construction has openings for an experienced project manager, estimator, apprentice, skilled laborer, and erector or installer. They will train the right people and make sure you understand the position and requirements. At Ironhide Construction, it's own it, be honest, and do it right. Apply today and learn more about their other benefits at ironhideconstruction.com, where they're committed to you every step of the way.